It was an absolute bloodbath on the vegetable markets last week. Peppers took the hardest knock, crashing by almost 29%, with green peppers down 31%, yellow peppers 35%, and red peppers 29% lower. But it's not just peppers. Potatoes and onions are dirt cheap right now. Potatoes are dropped another 13% to 36.55 per 10 kg, a massive 64% lower than last year this time. If you're a consumer, now is the time to stock up on potatoes and onions while prices are at rock bottom levels. This episode is proudly brought to you by Villa Crop Protection. With world-class solutions like Masterlock, tailored for South African conditions, Villa helps you manage risk and increase productivity with research-backed confidence. As mentioned, it was a bloodbath on the markets last week, with vegetable markets under severe pressure at the moment. Last week, the potato price dropped by almost 13% to 36.55 per 10 kg, 64% lower than a year ago, while the onion price dropped to 43.95 per 10 kg. Tomatoes also traded lower on 5.02 cents per kilogram, 54% lower year on year, while carrots traded 9% lower on 4.63. The average pepper price dropped by almost 29% to 17.79 per kilogram. Cabbages came in on 1.49, 9% lower last week, while sweet potatoes dropped to 4.82 per kilogram. Spinach also traded sharply lower on 1.70 per kilogram. Butternuts decreased to 10.96, while pumpkins were the only one increasing over the past week on 9.10 per kilogram. Garlic also decreased to 69.36. Green beans dropped to 9.09 cents, with the latest cucumber price now on 13.10 cents. It was a slightly better week on the fruit markets, with bananas staying sideways on 8.21. Apples came in higher on 13.22, with the latest pear price on 9.74 per kilogram. Oranges also increased to 6 rand, but avocados dropped to 22.22, with the table grape price also lower on 40.43. Pineapples decreased to 9.87, lemons decreased to 6.30, with the latest blueberry price lower on 70.96 per kilogram last week. For more detail on each of these commodities with varieties and markets, etc., please go and download our latest weekly vegetable and weekly fruit reports, which is available for free on amtrends.co.za. Remember, all our information is free, but I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to our channels. Not only will you be on top of the latest agri-trends, but it will also help us a lot. Last week, the markets came under severe pressure due to very low demand. Prices across most commodities stayed under pressure and will likely remain at these lower levels into this week as well. The main drivers are still a very mild winter and summer conditions at the moment, which keep volumes high, while the midweek public holiday this Wednesday could further reduce demand. Looking ahead, we could see better demand picking up towards the next week, which may bring some relief to the vegetable markets. Our focus this week is on peppers that dropped by almost 29% last week and once again showed its volatility. The price drop came on the back of 20% more volumes and lower demand that was just mentioned. The average price is now 14% lower than last year, with volumes about 15% higher year on year. All three color varieties also came under pressure, with green peppers 31% lower on 13.98, yellow peppers dropped 35% to 21.08 cents, while red peppers dropped by 29% to 24.39 per kilogram. If you look at what happened over the last 4 years in the pepper markets, we can see that volumes increased from September until December, which resulted in lower prices over this period. We are still on similar price levels compared to 2023, but we expect this price to decrease further in October and November, and then possibly stabilize in December, when demand usually improves slightly. At the moment, taking the low demand and high volumes into account, it looks that the average price can trade closer to the 2022 levels in November, which is closer to the R12.50 mark at the moment. the fruit markets are looking a bit better compared to the vegetable markets at the moment, as most of these commodities are moving out of season at the moment. So it's getting scarce, but the low demand is still limiting the upward price potential at the moment, with orange prices, for instance, still about 18% lower compared to last year this time, despite an increase over the past week in prices. Local orange volumes are still 50% higher year on year and is therefore limiting the upward potential at the moment. We are seeing a similar situation in the avo markets, but expect these prices to increase as we head towards the end of the year and the commodities get more scarce. This episode was proudly brought to you by Villa Crop Protection. For more detailed insights and forecasts, please visit amtrends.co.za and download our latest reports. It's free of charge. I'm Dr. Johnny van der Merwe. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.